Decisión.
The Spanish word for decision. Because right now, so many people from North America are thinking, should I move to a place like Ecuador? Literally, thousands of people are leaving the United States right now, and they're making a really life-changing decision. Do you want to move to Ecuador, or is there a country that's even better? And honestly, the answer is, it's complicated. Let's talk. There's something that the news isn't really talking about right now, and that's the fact that over 9 million people from the United States are now living outside of the United States. It's not that I don't like the United States or never want to live there again. I love the United States. It's a beautiful place to live. But because you can work remote and you're able to travel and go to a coffee shop, you don't necessarily need to be in an office in the United States. So many people are moving to other countries because they realize that they don't necessarily need to be right next to the boss. One of the biggest reasons that people are moving out of the United States right now is housing. Rent alone has gone up 30 to 60% in some areas of the United States, and mortgage rates have doubled in just the past 3 to 4 years. That's crazy, and people like me, younger people, are wondering how in the world can you afford a new house in the United States, or a 60-year-old house, or a 100-year-old house, because they're all really expensive right now in the United States. So people are wondering, where in the world, literally, can I buy a house? Everything feels expensive. Student loan debt in the United States is over $1.7 trillion. And the cost of healthcare is some of the most expensive healthcare in the world. But here in Ecuador, you're able to go and get a lunch for probably cheaper than it is to park in some US cities. That's crazy, and I'm hungry. So why Ecuador? Well, first of all, Ecuador uses the US dollar, so going from the United States back to Ecuador is really easy. Also, it's affordable to live here. The housing prices, the price to go out for lunch, you don't have to make a sandwich or chips or anything like that. You can go out and have your soup, a salad, a delicious lunch with a juice for $2.50. Retirement. You could retire so much earlier here if you decide to leave the United States. Also, the healthcare upon retirement, you could retire early because you're not paying so much money in the United States to keep up your healthcare before you're 65 years old. Also, there are direct flights from here to Miami, here to Atlanta, here to Houston, and if you want to just take a cheaper flight than that, you can go Copa and go to Panama City and then go all over the United States from there. Honestly, it is incredible how cheap it is and how early you could potentially retire if you moved here and didn't have to worry about the whole insurance issue in the United States. This entire bag cost me $8.90, which is incredible. Also, the rent here is going to be around $400 to $600 per month, and utilities around maybe $60 a month. If you're spending a lot of money on utilities, great internet, all of that stuff, and come on. But, living here also has its downsides as well. This really isn't actually a bad thing at all. Look at this view. It's incredible. Almost all apartments here in Ecuador, at least in the Quito area, have a beautiful view. And the difference is that you usually don't pay the exact rate that is publicized on Facebook or wherever you're finding a rental property. You negotiate even for a rental property here. And when you get into your rental property, sometimes in places like Quito, downtown areas, it might come fully furnished if you pay a little bit extra, but usually you're gonna pay for all of your appliances separately. And if you just give in and pay the exact price that the person who owns the house wants to have you pay, well, you just paid for their vacation. Congratulations.
Ho, ho, ho.
Now let's talk about the best parts of all of Ecuador, and that is the food. Honestly, the food here is so good. Encebollado, this one right here, is straight from the coast. And you know it's from the coast because you have chifles instead of the popcorn. Popcorn is from the mountainous area, and these are from the coastal area. Also, you have some delicious camarones, which are shrimp, and you get to eat this, and it has these onions inside of them and so many flavors and lemon and all of this stuff. And typically the fishermen eat this in the morning on the coast. But honestly, everywhere in Ecuador, you eat this for breakfast. Anywhere in Ecuador, it's so good and so delicious. And there's so much other food to discover here that, well, my mouth is watering. I have to dig in. The food here, though, is it's top notch. It definitely beats a hamburger to me. But I do like hamburgers too.
Burgers are so good.
If you are thinking of coming here to Ecuador, and yes, this is actually Ecuador, this is not Wisconsin, well, you should check out the eSIM that's right below. I'm leaving it in the top comment as a pinned comment, but I'm also leaving it in the description so that if you're traveling here and you don't have a phone plan for Ecuador or whatever country you're going to visit, well, I've got a deal for you. 5% off, you can go anywhere, you can go regionally, you can have it for a month, you can have it for 5 days or 1 day. And there are different prices for all of it. You having fun? And also, if you're thinking of moving here and just need some insurance for a little bit, there is some nomad insurance right below as well, and it helps to support the channel. There's also a Patreon if you want to support the channel, and a whole slew of other things right below. Go check it out, and I hope this helps if you're coming here to Ecuador or wherever you're going around the world. All right, here we go. He's doing great. Woo! Yes, Ecuador has crime, but honestly, for most people living in Ecuador, it's not going to affect them very much. And that's the beauty. And let me tell you some tips of how to stay safe when you come here to Ecuador. Tip number 1, use common sense. I mean, honestly, so many people come here and they're just waving around their money, throwing around their credit cards, and not really caring if anyone sees it or notices that you have like $100 bill on you. Because in the United States, $100 doesn't go that far. Here, $100 is a ton of money. You don't want to be waving those around. Otherwise, I think that just having like a $10 bill, maybe 2 $10 bills is enough for you for almost the entire day. If you're going to take out money in the ATM, which I think is the best way to take out money, then I would suggest doing it in a public place. Don't just go to the downtown area of Quito and say, I'm just going to take out $200 here. I would rather go to the mall that is by the Parque Carolina or some other mall where there's security right around you. Take out the money there. It's going to be much safer. And I mean, honestly, have fun. Don't just think of the negative things when you come here. Think of the positive things. There's so much to enjoy here in Ecuador, and don't think that everyone is out to get you or everyone has a bad intention for you. That is not the case at all. Everyone here, well, not everyone, a lot of people here want the best for you. And they've also been pickpocketed before. So instead of just taking your phone and putting it in your back pocket so anybody can see it or take it, put it in your front pocket. And if you're taking a backpack, put the backpack in front of you in very public places. I know you see me with my backpack on normally in the back, but if I'm in a really popular place, I'll put it right on the front of my chest so that I know what's happening with it. Also, don't take your passport around. Don't take a really expensive laptop around. Don't carry your camera like I'm doing right now. Also, on this camera, there's this little thing right here. It's like a little strap. I always have the strap around my wrist because somebody could just swipe my camera and I'd be without a camera. And don't walk with your phone in the same way. When you're walking with your phone like this, people can just snag it right out of your hand. Don't walk with your phone. And if possible, I know you use GPS when you're walking around and trying to find new places. Take it out quickly, check around you, make sure no one's around you. Take it out, use it quick, put it back in your pocket. And if you're walking in a really public place, just keep your hands in your pocket, just like this, around your valuable things. Or there are these chest straps. You can put like a little chest strap under your shirt. That also works just fine. But honestly, use common sense. If this is your first time traveling away from like the Midwest where there's no robberies or anything like that, and you live in a suburban area, well, just have some caution, use your common sense, think like you're going to a city. I would say the same thing if you're going to New York City or Houston, LA, like all of these big cities, Madrid, like you just have to use your common sense and don't think that everyone is just happy that you're waving around a $100 bill. Woohoo, I've got money. Don't do that. Please don't do that. In the US, time feels planned. It's all scheduled out. You know exactly what you're going to do on the weekend. Saturday, Sunday is going to look like this. The work week is going to look like this. And in Latin America, it is almost the complete opposite. Typically, you'll wake up in the morning, you'll have an idea of maybe what you'll do, but it all gets thrown off because a friend calls and you just want to hang out and they come over, or you just go to the plaza and you're with your family and want to hang out with the family that day. And sometimes I just like that a lot, and sometimes I just want to go back to a scheduled, timed out, this is exactly what's going to happen this day, and well, in Latin America, that is very hard to come by unless you meet a very special person that really likes to have things planned out like that, which is kind of rare. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. Coming here to Latin America, you meet somebody and they say, oh, I'll come over in un ratito. Well, what does that even mean? Like, sometimes they say, ahorita, yeah, I'm coming, ahorita, right now I'm coming. And it's like 3 hours later, and they're finally there. So I think that time just moves differently here in Latin America, which isn't that bad unless you're going to a government building or need some paperwork done, because the bureaucracy, well, woo, baby, if you haven't lived in Latin America, let me tell you. This was much worse for us in Chile than it was for us here in Ecuador. But I remember just sitting in offices waiting for our visa work and waiting, and then there was a 2-hour lunchtime, and then they would come back and then they would have no answer for us, and you just keep doing this day after day. And for us, we were in the public schools in Chile, so the public school system understood and let us go. With our jobs in the United States, you don't really understand that. Like, it should be planned out, like I was just talking about, having a schedule. But in Latin America and in government places here, there's no real schedule besides you have to take your tea, you have to take your mate, you have to take your lunch break, and well, it's just a part of being here. Plan on things not working out in a planned schedule like what you might be used to in the United States, but plan on it taking more time than what you originally thought. And that is just fine. You'll really enjoy that later when you're at a park, and it's okay to spend another half an hour there enjoying time and good conversation with other people. I really like that, but man, I was frustrated with it at first. If you're enjoying this video today, and if you just enjoy learning about Ecuador and all the beautiful things that are here, or just like dogs, or don't like dogs, consider subscribing, liking, leaving me a kind comment, because that's what keeps this channel going. All right, let's get these dogs in. You ready, Cody? Come on up. Come on. Big baby. Okay, so Moses, what do you think about being a kid here in Ecuador? Do you like it, not like it? What do you think?
I like it. It's fine.
Yeah? And being bilingual, isn't that pretty cool? Like, you speak 2 languages.
Yeah, I speak one more. French.
French? What can you say in French?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. That's all I can say too.
But I'm going to learn French when I'm in 4th grade.
Very cool. I think it's so cool that Moses is able to travel around, see a different culture, speak 2 languages, go to a different school, and meet people that speak in Spanish, right? You mostly speak in Spanish.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, it's not all just goals and happiness here in Ecuador. There are some challenges when you move to another country, like for me, missing out on birthdays and Christmas and different events with my parents and my sisters. And honestly, that was really hard when we moved to Latin America because my sisters were all younger and they all got together for all of the holidays and things like that. Now they're older and living all around the world in the United States. So honestly, like, it's okay to be away, but you still miss those things. And for Moses, not having Grandma and Grandpa here right next to them, there are definitely some things that are really hard about moving your family to a whole nother country. And on top of that, you have to be kind of careful with trusting people because sometimes there are some scams and people will send you a text message and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, and give me your money. And sometimes you're like, oh, they're good people, they need money, and they're helping people in Africa or whatever it might be, but they're just a scam. So you have to be careful too with over-trusting people, even though there are a lot of really good people here in Latin America, and I was just talking to a dad here, awesome people. But there are some people as well who want to take advantage of you when you move to another country and maybe you don't speak the language. Here in Ecuador, we're so lucky because I've never been scammed by a taxi driver. Usually taxis here, I mean, tell me in the comments below, but I think that this is true because I've never been scammed here, but I've been scammed in many other countries, and they're very nice and they will charge you the right amount here in the taxi cab. So for me and my experience in the taxis here, awesome, but just be careful. But honestly, we love Ecuador. It is a great place, and it's not just because it costs less. We didn't move here to save money, and we didn't move here just for the hot chocolate, although the hot chocolate and the warm croissant is so good. How's the cookie, Moses?
Incredible.
The life here is actually really great. The weather is amazing all year round here in Quito. You know that it's going to be about 70, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's probably going to be sunny most of the day, and maybe a little rain at night or in the afternoon. I mean, how great is that? We are honestly in heaven. And there are some downsides, like missing out on family things, and you hear about a lot of the news and things like that that's out there right now. But if you put all that aside, and for us, honestly, those things that you hear about in the news in the United States don't really affect us here. And you put all those things aside and you think about the good things and not the sitting in lines waiting for your visa and all that kind of stuff, and you're actually here and enjoying it. It is just a beautiful place to live, and we love it here. If you enjoyed this video for today, please think about subscribing, like, and leave me a little comment. I love reading through the comments. I do it every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning, and just gives me so much joy. I really enjoy it. So I am just going to enjoy this hot chocolate with my delicious little piece of croissant here. Moses is eating a cookie with a spoon.
We're gonna go ice skating.
And then ice skating. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok, Gringo y Latino. We'll see you guys next time. But for now, ciao, Pescado.